Welcome to the third and final video in this series of making statements in Japanese. It's now time for you to learn how to modify the des sentence ender in order to make a statement either past tense, negative, or even a question. Once you master this skill, we will then complete this lesson by showing you how to expand upon the basic use of Wa Y Desu to enhance your conversational skills. Now, let's get started by pulling up the example phrase used throughout this course so far and learn how to modify it using the various forms of des.
これはコーヒーです。This is coffee.
Remember, kore means this and kohi means coffee. Looking at the des sentence ender now, you can see that currently it is in the present tense positive form. Let's now switch things up here by changing des to the past tense form and see what happens.
これはコーヒーでした。This was coffee.
Now, as you can see, to end this statement, deshita is now used rather than simply des. And as deshita is the past tense form, this phrase now simply states that this was coffee. Easy, right? Now let's move on to the negative forms of des, such as to say this is not coffee. Now you can use either Dewa Arimasen or janai desu, such as to say,
これはコーヒーではありません。This is not coffee. これはコーヒーじゃないです。Also, this means this is not coffee.
Now in case you're wondering, why are there two forms that mean the exact same thing here? Well, allow me to explain. Dewa Arimasen is the most formal version, often used in writing. Janai desu is simply a shorter version of Dewa Arimasen that is more commonly used in regular conversation. Whew! Feeling better now? Good. Let's move on. Now, the next important skill to acquire in terms of making statements is how to ask a question. Now, luckily this modification is rather simple. To turn any regular statement into a question, simply add ka. Take a look at how this works. As you know, kore wa kohi desu states this is coffee. However, when adding ka to the end of this statement, we now turn this statement into a question, as in,
これはコーヒーですか? Is this coffee?
So, keep in mind, any sentence that ends with ka is always a question. And with that said, you can also add ka to the end of a past tense phrase such as, これはコーヒーでした, this was coffee, to make that statement a question as well, such as to say, これはコーヒーでしたか? Was this coffee? As you can see, learning how to modify des really unlocks a whole lot of new opportunities for you to get creative with your statements here. However, we're not done yet. It's now time for the last example where we're about to combine the negative form and the past tense form of des to make a negative past tense statement. Now, this form is definitely the longest, but don't worry, it's quite simple. Take a look for yourself.
これはコーヒーではありませんでした。This was not coffee.
By placing the past tense version of des, deshita, after the negative des sentence ender, dewa arimasen, we now have stated the past tense negative form of des, such as to say, これはコーヒーではありませんでした. This was not coffee. A bit of a long-winded one here, but it's important to practice. And there you have it. All you need to know in order to get started making statements in Japanese using the Wa Y Desu structure. Congratulations on making it to the end of this course, and thanks for sticking around. I hope you still have some energy left as we are about to review everything covered in this series in a fun scenario talking about the weather. Now, throughout this conversation, you will see new vocabulary that we have not yet covered. However, I will help you out along the way while showing you how they all fit within the Wa Y Desu structure. So, if you wish to review a full list of all the new vocabulary after watching this video, you can easily find that all on the written article on Japponline.com, linked in the description below. But for now, enjoy the challenge. And action!
Hey Kyle, was it raining this morning? I wanted to go jogging.
This seems like a great opportunity to use the Wa Y Desu sentence structure to respond in Japanese. Ima wa ame desu. As ima means now and ame means rain, when we apply the Wa Y Desu structure to this phrase, we now state that ima equals ame. In translation, this results to now it is raining. Let's now go back to Chisa's initial question, but this time in Japanese.
朝は雨でしたか?
As you can see, asa, meaning morning, is marked with the wa particle to make it equal to ame, which means rain. Now, this next part is crucial. Did you pick up on the version of the des sentence ender used here? Deshita, being the past tense form followed with ka, making this phrase a question. As a result, this phrase can now be translated to was it raining this morning? Past tense, question form. Now let's say that it was raining in the morning, but it will be sunny in the afternoon. Let's now see how we can share this information with Chisa in Japanese so that she can go jogging later. Asa wa ame deshita, demo gogo wa hare desu. First, let's cover the vocabulary. Asa is morning, ame is rain, deshita is des in the past tense, so together so far we have this morning was raining. Following this first half, we have demo, which is a word that comes between two sentences and is basically the English equivalent to but. Such as to say, I had lunch, but I went to work, but. You get the point. Gogo simply means afternoon, and hare is a noun meaning sunny day. So altogether, this phrase states, this morning was raining, but this afternoon will be sunny. How's that for a combo of back-to-back XYY deses? I hope these examples have helped you review how the XYY des structure can be used. Again, for a full list of vocabulary and example phrases used in this video, check out the link in the description of this video to review the full written guide. Also, if you wish to learn more about the des sentence ender, I highly recommend that you also see the link below to check out our ultimate guide to des, which includes various examples and charts to help you memorize the forms and how to practice them. So thank you so much for following along with this series. I hope you now feel much more confident in just generally making statements in Japanese. If you enjoyed this series or found it helpful, it would be awesome if you would like this video, share this series with others you know trying to learn Japanese, and of course, hit that subscribe button so that you'll always be the first to know about all our future videos. Arigatou gozaimasu for watching this video, and we look forward to seeing you again real soon.